Do you have a fun stat? You gotta.
I do. So as Sterling mentioned earlier, LeBron dropped a 50 piece a couple days ago, and he also dropped a 56 piece earlier this week as well. So two 50s in 1 week. But the stat is more than that. So out of all the players in NBA history that have played at least 70% of their team's games in their 19th season, LeBron James is averaging 29 points. Second place, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was averaging 14. So the gap between LeBron and second place is bigger than the gap between second place and zero for players in their 19th season. So I mean, Sterling already said it. It's insane what he's doing. No other player has done half of what he's doing in their 19th season.
I'll be honest.
It's insane.
That stat is a perfect thing for the breaking news as well, because they're both, we're witnessing stuff we'll never see again in our lifetime. And that's Tom Brady. That is why him coming out of retirement today is exactly why this whole Braun stuff is insane too, because the longevity is insane. And watching LeBron play right now, he looks tired, but yet he is still not missing. It's what he's doing, and eventually he's going to slow down. But that's what we keep saying about Tom too.
Yeah,
he's going to slow down, but then they don't slow down. And something that I think is incredible is I saw Tom Brady next year only needs a little over 2,200 passing yards to have over 100,000 in his career, including postseason. 100,000 yards. A football field, if you don't know, is 100 yards. He's thrown 100,000.
The whole field 1,000 times.
Huh? Bro, that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's your guys' thoughts on the Brady situation?
I think it was coming. I mean, it just, first of all, the way he retired was kind of weird. And just the season they had, the talent they have, like, I think it was pretty obvious that he was going to be coming back even after him announcing his retirement. It was like, we'll see in a couple months. You know,
it's just, I'd have to agree. The retirement seemed kind of forced and just quick out of nowhere. Like, everyone thought he was coming back, and then he just throws this retirement out of nowhere. So I think it was kind of expected. But it's almost like LeBron and Brady are just, their bodies are like on autopilot. They've been doing it for so long that they don't even need to think about what they're doing. Like, they're old, they don't move as fast as they used to, but they're just so smart. They're so good that their body can do it at a slower pace and still be at the top level.
Well, you know, I think it's also important to realize, like, they kind of started right as when that whole, I guess, like, for lack of better terms, like time management kind of happened, like, and then really starting to take care of your body. Like, Brady didn't really start to do that until I think it was like his fourth or fifth season.
When you look at Brady's like first few years, he wasn't crazy in shape to what he is now. Like,
I mean, still slow, but he's like physically.
See, but that's like what's I think so amazing to see is we have LeBron, who is just he was naturally gifted. Like, sorry, I mean, you can say whatever, obviously he puts the work in, but it's cool to see him naturally gifted, but still putting the effort in like Brady does. But then to see Brady, who wasn't naturally gifted, and it just shows that if you truly put that money into your body and you work hard, you watch what you eat, you watch just everything, longevity is real.
Yeah. And I think you're actually going to be seeing down the road more LeBrons, more Brady's getting into their 20th seasons, 19th seasons, and looking like they're fresh out of college.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see more of that as long as they have the talent, obviously. Like, you got to be able to play, but.
And I think it's kind of crazy because people get, you know, like, you like seeing like the Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, because it's like, oh yeah, they'll take the hit. Oh, they care about the team. They're pushing it hard. Where it's like Tom Brady, he has a lineman coming at him, he'll drop to the ground, right? It's like, I'd rather actually have my star player doing that. Okay. Like, yeah, Josh Allen can run a linebacker over because he's huge, but let's see how long his longevity is. Okay.
It's going to hurt tomorrow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One big injury can just derail his whole career. He tears his ACL or something.
Yep. And Braun's kind of been the same way, where not calling him like a baby, but if something's really bad or nagging, he will miss maybe a game. You know, he doesn't do it often, but he'll maybe miss just one, or he'll do extra, physical therapy on it or whatever. Because you're smart. These players know not to over push things.
And it's gotten LeBron a lifetime contract with Nike,
dude,
worth $1 billion basically. He's 19th season, making millions. Like, just from a financial standpoint too, it's just smarter.
Yeah, it's a smart thing to do. The dude's never missed a playoff game. It's like, if you got to miss a couple games during the regular season, do it. It's worth it in the long run.
Yeah.
No, it is.
Another thing that I wanted to touch on, I saw a meme saying, like, why does Tom Brady keep winning? But then he's taking lower and lower pay compared to these big quarterbacks. I saw Kirk Cousins just signed a $35 million deal. What do you guys think about quarterbacks taking a lower salary to allow their team to get some strong weapons around them?
Okay, if you truly care about winning, if winning is your thing, okay. So Kirk Cousins this year's making $40 million. Next year, he did sign an extension, a 1-year extension with the Vikings. He'll be with them through 2023. $35 million, fully guaranteed. Okay. Statistically, he is actually like a top 5 quarterback. But what's the one main statistic that matters? Winning. Okay.
Yep.
And he has not proven that. In his career up to this point, he has made $230 million. Okay. That was guaranteed money. The Commanders now, had where they franchise tagged him twice. Then the Vikings gave him that $85 million fully guaranteed. I think it's crazy. And if the Vikings, I know, tried to restructure his contract, he did not want to. Okay, well, how do you bring players in? I'm sorry, but you can sit there and make 20 million and live a great life, especially in Minnesota, dude. Do you know how cheap it is to live there? Okay. To be honest, anywhere you can live in California where it's taxing you up the yin yang, and 20 million, you can still freaking make a lot of money, dude. Like, it's baffling that these players are negotiating 5-10 million. Like, dude. Yeah, I agree. I think Tom Brady did right. I think Tim Duncan was the same way in the NBA. Mm-hmm. Tim Duncan was taking less pay. Keep the troops around.
Yeah, even LeBron a little bit. I know he's still towards the top, but you look at the guys that are leading the NBA in salary. It's John Wall, Russell Westbrook, and it's like, I wonder why they've never won a title, because their teams don't have any more money to spend on help.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on that whole situation, Sterling?
I kind of look at it both ways. Like, obviously, if I was in that situation where someone's offering me a massive contract, I'm probably going to take it. And that's because I'm broke now. But, if
you're not, bro. You just got back from Vegas. You said you got a 20. You didn't mean 20 mil? You meant just a $20 bill.
If you were in Kirk Cousins' shoes, though, what would you do? You've already made $200 million in your career. You're set. Your grandchildren's grandchildren are set. You're still pushing to get as much as you can.
And you have that money away, right? I'm trying to win a championship, right? I'm trying to win a Super Bowl.
I get in football, early on in your career, going after some money, right? Because you don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. You don't know anything, where you kind of have to. But
it's not like Brady's contract has always been smaller. Like Hayden said, it's been getting smaller and smaller.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it was large at one point, and now he's later in his career, and he needs pieces.
Exactly. And the thing that I look at too is, like Kirk Cousins, they have already a good team. Bringing in that one extra person really could be a game changer. They have great receivers, offensive line, horrible in Minnesota. Have a good running back. Dude, you take a little pay cut. You go after an O-line, pay him big money to get in there, and it helps you. And these quarterbacks, okay, just in football, he's made 200 mil, right? He has freaking endorsements. Every bigger player that you hear has endorsements. That dude's probably made 250, 280 million total in his career with that. It's just absurd. I just don't think these players do want the winning. I don't know. They always say championships are their main thing, but yet.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with chasing money, but don't act confused or surprised when the guys that are giving up money for a better team keep winning it all.
Yeah. Russell Westbrook, after this season, if he doesn't go to the Lakers front office and say, I am the worst player to ever come through here, I'm making $42 million, I want to restructure this to where I make $2 million. I owe it to you guys. Knock me down 40 mil because I suck. That's what needs to happen. Okay. And that's what needs to happen with other players. Russell Westbrook still has another year on his contract. There is no way the Lakers pay that.
It'll be interesting to see what his next contract, if there is one, what it's like.
Bro.
You know?
Seriously, what do you
unless
right now
next year
40
is
mil.
obscene, like unless he has another MVP season next year, like I mean you were kind of dramatic, but it's gonna drop obviously.
No,
and it's gonna drop a lot.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
like maybe a rookie contract.
Yeah, probably not that low, but yeah, it could be in the single millions. He is playing that bad right now. He hurts your team more than he helps. You know,
dude. Can you imagine being the coach? Okay, you're hired on as the coach, and you have the Lakers front office who are bringing in this Russell Westbrook, right? And they're paying him 42 mil, and you have to tell the front office, "I'm benching him. He's a liability."
Yeah. They probably had such high hopes at the beginning of the season.
Bro,
we got LeBron, we got AD, we got Russell Westbrook. He's a walking triple-double. And then Russ comes out and goes 2 for 11 every night, turns the ball over 6 times.
It's not good when you can't even hit the backboard.
Isn't that also amazing? How he, like the switch he's just had, from having some of the greatest seasons in NBA history to historically one of the worst seasons in NBA history.
I don't think his stats are that different. I think he's just always been the man where he can chuck up 25 shots a game and he gets his rebounds and assists. So now in the Lakers, he shoots a little less.
Bro. He can't shoot.
Yeah. So he's shooting less, but he's still shooting about the same percentage. He's always been a horrible shooter. And his rebounds and assists are down, which they're going to be when you're playing with LeBron and AD.
But he's missing the backboard.
Dude.
If you go back and watch him on the Thunder, he missed the backboard.
I saw him tonight. He's running in with the ball, dribbles it off his knee, turns around, just starts skipping back. Dude, you're checked out. He
can't finish at the rim either. One of the most athletic guys in the league. The dude cannot make a layup to save his life. He's horrible.
Speaking of athletic, I want to wrap this up here and to end on this, on Big Stir's Grizzlies pick. Ja Morant, a bona fide superstar in our eyes. He is a better Russell Westbrook. I feel even at Russell's hype, I would take Ja now, seeing it the way he is. I think he is better efficiently. The guy is super athletic, and he seems like his entire team wants to play with him. They all love the guy. Okay, there has to be something weird with Russell and like James and all that. Those players just don't want to play with him sometimes, it seems like. For Ja, that team at the beginning of the season, I'm like, Grizzlies top 3. We'll see. Bro, they're real. That team's scary, and they're getting Dylan Brooks back soon. Good defender. That just adds.
He reminds me. Quick side note: he reminds me a lot of what Rose was, but Morant looks a lot more sustainable.
Yeah,
he's a better shooter than both Westbrook and Rose, and even though I feel like he's more athletic. The biggest problem with Rose is the impact he had when he was coming down. It was so violent, and Morant, even though he's, arguably, a little bit more athletic, getting a little bit higher above the rim when he's going up for rebounds, dunks, whatever. It doesn't look like he's coming down hard. If that makes sense.
He looks like an angel. It looks gracefully.
He's just so controlled.
He doesn't. He controlled is a great word. He doesn't look like he's. It's not no violent cuts, no violent jumps, impacts or anything, right?
No, that's what's insane is you see like Russell at his height, dude, he looked like a bull in a china shop, like head cut going crazy. Ja looks so controlled. Driving in, dude, it's just silly. And
he's taking less contact.
Yeah.
He's just avoiding all the contact while he's in the air. It's kind of weird.
And his season
comes down to him being a smarter player, better basketball IQ during the game, and just taking care of his body wise. He's just a better, smarter player.
And sadly, unless like things get crazy, I just don't know if like MVP this year, just because Joel Embiid is putting up crazy numbers. Jokic again is just
it's coming.
Dude, his season's kind of getting overshadowed. He is the real deal. And I hope, these playoffs are going to be great. I hope Zion comes back. There's talks about that. And those Pelicans are starting to look pretty good, getting the CJ, Brandon Ingram. I don't know. These playoffs are exciting.
It's going to be a fun play-in weekend. I was looking at some of the players in the play-in. You got LeBron, Paul George, Zion, KD. Like there's some big names in the play-in in those 7 through 10 seeds. Everyone thought that those seeds would be just like random teams, whoever gets in. But it's like you got some of the leaders in this league, the top tier names playing in those games, playing in game play-ins.
T-Wolves right now look kind of scary.
Yeah.
They have been playing really well. Cat's playing great. Anthony Edwards coming back. He's looking strong right away. I mean, a lot of good teams.
LaMelo and Trey in the East. They're both in the play-in game. So it's going to be a fun 1-game series.
Yeah, no, it'll be cool.